Okay, I have a weird thing going on right now where I don't know how to exist. There's a constant sense that there's something I should be doing, something I should know about, and I don't know anything. And the felt sense of not knowing anything, of absolute ignorance, of complete groundlessness. I keep thinking, no, there's something I should judge, there's something I should do, there's something I should know. And the mind is really spinning because anytime I try to apply the usual non-dual platitudes, it's like, yeah, I've heard that. Anytime I think of asking for advice, it's like, what does anybody else know? I can't trust my own experience. How can I trust other people? I don't even know what the fuck other people are. How am I supposed to know that they know anything? And it's like, okay, well, I guess so. Okay, yeah. Nobody can give me this. Nobody can tell me this. It's up to me. But I don't know who I am, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know how to orient. I don't know how to not orient. I worked with a low dose of kind of cannabis and Yeti last night. I didn't plan it very well because I had to take care of the kids. I don't know. I thought it would take longer to kick in, and I also thought it wasn't quite so long until bedtime. And then the kids started watching a movie, and I couldn't kind of peel them off of it, so it just went on and on and on. And with that, I tried for once. Well, I kept coming back and saying, I don't know how to be here, and I don't know how to be like a real person. I don't know how to be. I don't know how to take any of. I don't know how seriously to take any of this. And if I'm supposed to take it somewhat seriously, I don't know how to do that. And sometimes I would just be this kind of luscious, full size in my body, in my sensation field. It's a trapped in amber kind of feeling. Don't know what's outside of this moment. I don't. There's memories, there's thoughts, bad stuff happens in the world. I still know that. I mean, it can be pulled up like a file. And I feel so paralyzed. I don't know. I know even less what to do about anything, if anything. And I try to say, I still feel kind of contracted as far as just, I guess, the fear of not knowing what to do or how to be, the fear of failing a mission, disappointing someone, just being wrong. I just have no idea. And I mean, I guess that's the point, no idea. Like, it's not about ideas, but what's it about? And I guess I'm supposed to look inward and find out, but it's still a bit of a hot potato. And I have ideas about what it's going to be like if I look inside, and those kind of get in the way. But I don't even know how to look inside. Maybe I do. Maybe it's just a bunch of blah 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 right now, and what's happening is my system is trying to integrate. My system is trying to update. My system is trying to reboot in a way. And there is nothing to do. Can I accept that? Can I accept that mere existence is enough? Maybe right now, maybe always. And the contractions in my body aren't a problem unless I make them a problem, unless I make a story about it. And it's like, yeah, and it's like the generation machine, the story generation machine is spinning around trying to figure out, okay, what does this mean? What do I do? What does this mean? What do I do? And it's even a story to say it doesn't mean anything and you don't need to do anything. That's a story, right? So it just it leaves me with no ground at all. Not even a ground of mere existence is fine, because I don't know that either. I don't know anything. And yeah, part of me wants to, like, take more serious doses of something and kind of get really outside of the thought generation machine, but the thought generation machine kind of follows me. And when I do let go of it for a little while, it doesn't last very long necessarily. I do feel like a baby, like a big gangly goofy. Maybe I'm making that up because I've long been afraid that the moment I let go of thoughts and judgments, then I'm going to what's the word, regress to, babyhood, toddlerhood, preschool. I mean, am I going to have to go through all that again in a way to grow up into being an adult? Because yeah, I've really at times last night I felt like I was being replaced, like this, this person that worries and judges and wonders. Like I like her. She's thoughtful. She cares. She's selfish sometimes. She gets distracted easily. She she has walls up. She gets scared. Like sometimes I could feel that, like just like slough off like a skin, and something emerged that was like whole and whole. I mean, I don't know whole. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, it feels like something that's fully fleshed out, not this kind of stick figure with a computer on top. Someone who is embedded in this existence, and things do feel larger than life, intimate. Real, like a real, like Pinocchio wanting to be a real boy. I've said that before, but this is, I don't remember exactly if it was the same before when I've had glimpses, but I know I use that phrase, so maybe it was similar. But yeah, touching into it for too long is really scary because, yeah, no pretense of knowledge control. I know best, I know better. And the feeling of kind of letting the universe work through me. Sometimes I felt like I was trying to do that, but then I would see myself sort of behaving in a way that is the kind of thing that, like, well, I kind of want to change that about myself. And if I can make a story about what's going on, it would be maybe I'm trying to learn the lesson of, can I love myself or even just accept myself exactly as I am? Imperfect, sometimes selfish, sometimes closed off. Um, can I say here and now that's good enough? Because I'm aware that often the best way to change change anything is to accept it completely exactly as it is, but genuinely without an agenda. If you're using that as an excuse to, I mean, if you're doing it instrumentally, then you know that's not what it's about. Apparently, I mean, observationally. And I think I still have, I think there are still things about myself that I don't accept. I don't want that to continue. But maybe it will. Maybe I don't have control over that. Maybe I don't have control over when and how it might change. Maybe if I can make up a story again, the story is there's nowhere to go but down the rabbit hole. There's no other even potential avenue for getting what I want. And what do I want? Peace, communion, being able to accept others as they are. Because I know I mean, I believe that's the right thing to do in the sense of it's kind of the optimal thing to do. And it's also, I mean, it's a sign of, I think, I believe, based on my own observations, based on my own inclinations, that judging other people is a sign of kind of spiritual immaturity, psychological immaturity. And I don't say that as a judgment, that's just like, it's like a developmental stages. Um, and if there's an aspect of identity I like to hang on to, it's kind of being precocious or advanced or like good at stuff. I really try. Or good at stuff effortlessly sometimes. Sometimes I think I'm like if this is I don't know. If this is where things start and this is where your full enlightenment. Sometimes I think I'm like I can't keep track of which way is which. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I'm 3% along the path, sometimes 30%, sometimes 94%. I don't have a fucking clue though, because all there are is words, and nobody knows really what anybody else feels like. And I have to accept that lack of certainty too. And somehow know it doesn't define me, and it doesn't really matter probably. But yeah, this is an unraveling, a giving up. Uh, the no firm ground to stand on anywhere, and not yet a feeling of acceptance or I don't know safety. Because I mean, the fully enlightened master falls down a well too. There's no safety in that sense. I don't know what I'm looking for either. I don't know what's going to happen, what it's going to be like. So I guess that's it. Just rest in it, let it happen. When the anxiety, I guess, spins itself up, let it be there too. Don't try to pick apart the anxiety, analyze the anxiety, fix the anxiety, resolve the anxiety. Mere existence is enough. There's no particular way I'm supposed to appreciate things. There's no one with a grade book watching me at every moment, marking me down for doing it properly or not. That'd be quite the IRS, of consciousness. What kind of a bureau would that have to be where somebody has to watch over every single person, see how they're doing the entire time? I mean, maybe I'm just another. I'm trying to think of a story. I can think up 1,000 stories. It's frustrating to be a very inquisitive person who just can't know, doesn't know how to know. So maybe the inquisitive person is going to fade either completely or into the background at some point. Maybe, I don't know. No idea. I could be in this sort of limbo for the rest of my life, for all I know. Would that be okay? Could I accept that? Guess that's it for now.